welcome to the June 20th, 2023 Planning Board meeting. Nancy, please take attendance.
Member Suarez?
Present.
Member Carpenter?
Present.
And Chairman Neal.
Present. On this evening's agenda, we have the approval of the meeting minutes held on May 16, 2023. 82 Lake Avenue, it's a site plan for a new business office. 20 Marbledale, it's an amendment site plan to expand a business that has been adjourned this evening. And then 50 Columbus, a site plan for a cell tower. Can I have a motion to approve the meeting minutes of May 16th?
Make a motion.
Second, please.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
At this time, I'd like to call up 82 Lake Avenue.
Good evening, Chairman, board members, city staff. More? Oh, okay. Okay.
Wow.
Yes, you are. Sorry. My name is Joe Fernandez, 575 White Plains Road, Eastchester, New York. Today we have a building 82 Lake Avenue, which was just recently purchased, and we're looking to gain site plan approval and a reduction in the required parking that the village mandates. The building is landlocked, as we had discussed in our work session. And there is no physical parking. On site. The existing structure has a basement, first level, second level. It used to be a personal service spa, hairstyling downstairs, and I guess nails and whatever else they do upstairs. And essentially we're going to keep the building the same. Upstairs there were 4 smaller treatment rooms that we're going to open up to allow potential photographing of merchandise and things for my client's business. The intent is to have a full-time employee there who will handle backdoor kind of office work for his business, and a part-time person that comes and goes. He also lives right down the street in the village, so he'll periodically be in and out. The exterior is essentially going to stay the same. We are doing some research to find some historical information on it to try to rehab it, at least the exterior, the aesthetics, back to what it originally looked like. And that's essentially it. We're really not doing much to the inside at this point. It's, as I stated in the workshop meetings, it's more than what he needed, but it was the right place and priced right. So here we are. During that workshop, we depicted the square footage, and we stated to the board that 24 spots were what was required by the village, and we discussed and came up with a number of 4, which we hope that the board will agree upon, that is suitable. The previous occupancies had 4 as well, and they had a lot more traffic. So I think it's a very reasonable request, and that's where we are.
Thank you. Just to understand, at the workshop, you indicated this facility will be used for support to support your client's physical fitness businesses that he has. So it will have let's say an office where all his accounting, bookkeeping stuff will be done on the premises. So you're only going to have 1 full-time, 1 part-time person there, but primarily the function of the space is going to be for storage of like swag,
Merch, yeah.
merchandise, and then you indicated upstairs on the
Right now,
second floor.
yeah.
Yeah, correct. On the second floor that you're gonna use some of those rooms as office, also photography studio, right? And that's
Yeah, to shoot
consistent.
some of the stuff, put it online, they do a lot of that online stuff. so.
Okay, and the work that you're going to partake in this space is going to be minimal, and it primarily is, as you indicated earlier, enlarging the 4 offices into 2 offices
Correct,
on the second floor, right?
yes.
All right, and that's all as of right. The issue here in front of us is really the parking. As you indicated, this is this lot line building. There's no existing parking spaces associated with this building. There is on-street parking, and the previous applicant, which was a hair salon, and also I think as part of their approval, they had 4 parking spaces. Is that correct, Gary? 4 parking spaces was the original application? Yeah, okay. All right. One quick question from a diagrammatic, on the plan. You have existing elevator shaft. It's just an opening, there's no elevator in there, correct?
So there is a lift, it's very rudimentary, it's
Okay.
a wooden platform and it's kind of a pulley system. I mean, the intent is at some point in the future to rehab that as well.
Okay. All right.
It's not in use at this point. so.
Okay, I just curious, I just noticed it now. All right, anyone from the board have any questions on this applicant?
Not a person, no.
All right, okay, so at this point, I'd like to make a motion to open a public hearing. Can I have a second, please?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Since the applicant, and I believe his son is there, how are you? Okay, I make a motion to close the public hearing. Can I have a second, please?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, would you like to read
Sure. So we have a resolution. Pursuant to the regulations of SECRA, this board finds that the action taken herein is an unlisted action subject to the requirements of SECRA and its implementing regulations. This board is in possession of all information reasonably necessary to make the determination as to the environmental significance of the proposed site plan application. That the action taken herein shall not have significant adverse impact on the environment, and it is declared that a negative declaration is hereby adopted with regard to this action.
Nancy, please take roll. Oh, I'll second.
Member Suarez.
In favor.
Member Carpenter.
In favor.
And Chairman Linger.
In favor.
The following is a resolution decision of the Planning Board of the Village of Tuckahoe, New York. Applicant is seeking site plan approval to use the property at 82 Lake Avenue as office storage space. The office space will be used by the applicant for clerical work for an affiliated gym business that has several locations. There will be no training at this location. It has been represented that this location will have minimal staff and be used for storage and to photograph merchandise. Based on the representations, we find that the appropriate required parking shall be 4 off-site parking spaces. Applicant shall acquire 4 parking spaces and provide proof to the building department. If the applicant in the future sublets a portion of the space to another business, the new business must come before this board for site plan approval. Further, if the applicant's business increases in size to over 4 employees using this location, then the applicant must come back before this board to reevaluate the required parking. We find, based on the work sessions and presentations at the public hearing, that the applicant has met its burden as to 7-1 of the 7-1 of the Village of Tuckahoe zoning code, and therefore the application is approved with the following conditions. Every representation of the applicant made in its application and presentation will be a condition of this approval. Any deviation from this representation made shall be cause for the revocation of said approval.
I
Can I
second.
get a second?
Nancy, please take.
Suarez.
In favor.
Member Carpenter.
In favor.
And Chairman Linger.
In favor. Congratulations. I hope you guys succeed. And if your business does change, please come back and we'll make sure that we address it. Congratulations. Have a good evening.
Congratulations.
Guys, good luck.
Good night.
Good night.
So at this point, it's 50 Columbus Avenue. The application is to install new cell towers on 50 Columbus Avenue. It is for Sprint, I think. Dish Wireless. Gary, can you talk a little about this?
Yeah, so
They're not here tonight to present, but what happens is there's a little housekeeping issue. The zoning board at the last meeting had a resolution declaring themselves lead agency. It comes to you guys to see whether you're going to act on that. So tonight, if you say, okay, zoning board, you be lead agency, then you would do a resolution consenting to that. So they can act at the next meeting. So that's all. It's really just a housekeeping matter tonight.
Okay, so then the planning board resolution/decision, applicant owner Dish Wireless LLC, location of project is 50 Columbus Avenue, Tuckahoe, New York. The following is a resolution of the planning board of the Village of Tuckahoe, New York. The planning board is in possession of a resolution of the zoning board of appeals intending to declare themselves lead agency with respect to SECRA. This is a coordinated review with the planning board. We agreed with the zoning board and consent to the zoning board of appeals being lead agency with respect to SECRA actions on this application. Can I have a second, please?
Second.
Nancy, please take roll.
Chairman, Member Suarez. Member Carpenter.
In favor.
And Chairman Liang.
In favor. All right.
That's it. So what they're going to do is now go back before the zoning board. They'll deal with the seeker issues. They also need to get a special permit. And then at the next meeting, they should be able to present. You'll be able to open your public hearing and then hopefully vote on the next meeting.
Okay, great. Thank you. All right, since we have no other business in front of this board, I make a motion to close this public hearing. Can I have a second, please?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Good night, Tuckahoe.